Hello everyone, I am your friend Frikadas Keeper and you are on the YouTube channel Frikadas Varias, that channel where you can find everything you don't really need. Today I'll present the first making of video or behind the scenes, you can call it whatever you prefer, of my fan film set in the Star Wars universe, The Hand of Fate. And I say the first because I hope to do several, dealing with different aspects related to this short film. I want to talk about voiceover, how I recorded the takes, how I made the special effects, and anything related to the project. Some time has passed since I uploaded this short film, because I needed to put a little distance since I was working on it for many months. And I felt a little tired about it. But for me it was a global project which includes making of videos, and until these aren't published the project will not be completely finished. For this first video I wanted to talk about the story we can see in the film, because it is something that is obvious to me since I am the one who wrote it. But I understand that it depends on how much or little you know about Star Wars, and it's possible that an explanation may help someone to understand the movie better. Let's start with the time or the year in which the story occurs. In Star Wars, the years are counted from Episode 4 A New Hope, and specifically from the final battle near the planet Yavin, where the rebels destroy the first Death Star. Thus, if we say for example 20 BBY, it means 20 years before the Battle of Yavin, and 20 ABY means 20 years after said battle. The Hand of Fate takes place in 3 ABY, a day or two after the end of The Empire Strikes Back, which, as we know, is Episode 5. At the end of this film, the second that was released chronologically in 1980, there is a fight between Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader, where he reveals that he is his father. I hope that no one considers this a spoiler, because I think that in 41 years he has had time to see the film, although many videos can be seen on YouTube of people reacting to that scene, people who are not children but already with a certain age, and they were unaware that Darth Vader is Luke's father. I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but it's a fact. In that fight I was talking about, the Sith Lord cuts off Luke's hand, who falls into the void wielding his lightsaber. After these events, the Empire will control the Cloud City, which is a Tibanna gas processing center on the planet Bespin, and which until then had been run by Lando Calrissian, a fortune seeker in the style of Han Solo. And that's where our story begins, with Darth Vader ordering a captain of his army to maintain order in the Cloud City while the new Imperial administrator arrives, who will have the city under his command, replacing Lando.
Captain, maintain the order in Bespin until the arrival of the new Imperial administrator.
Yes, Lord Vader. He also tells him to continue the search he ordered.
And continue the search I ordered to you. I don't want that item to fall into the wrong hands.
And what search is that? He ordered the search for Luke's lightsaber. There is the item he is referring to. I've not wanted to read any possible story that may be about the saber search, so as not to contaminate myself and create an original story. Perhaps there is a canonical story out there where they look for that saber, which in fact, as we know, appears in the episode 7 in the possession of Maz Kanata. A warning that I make is that I'm not going to explain everything here. For example, I'm not going to tell you about Maz Kanata. Who wants to know more? Just watch episode 7. I will try not to get too scattered with all the ramifications that may appear during my explanation. Thus, we have that Lord Vader has ordered to search for Luke's lightsaber because he's supposed to know that it is the one he had when he was Anakin Skywalker, and he wants to recover it, perhaps to destroy it, or simply so that it does not fall into other hands. That does not matter for our story. We could say that it is what Alfred Hitchcock called a MacGuffin, and I'm not going to explain what this means either. That's what Mr. Google is for. We see that while Vader talks to the Imperial officer, there is a hidden character with strange glasses who tries to find out what is happening. He's a spy, someone who tries to obtain relevant information to make the best of it. He does not work for the rebellion, but for the one who pays him the best. As we know, in the galaxy there are many types of criminal organizations, as we can see with Jabba the Hutt, or the one who is seen in the Han Solo movie. This spy or undercover agent, or glasses guy as I call him during the casting process, contacts a maintenance worker in the Cloud City, knowing that they have commissioned their search. The agent has his network of contacts in the city, and he knows who he can bribe to get what he wants. The worker searches for Luke's saber, but instead finds his severed hand and tells the spy, who already has some information about the rebel raid on the city.
You won't believe.
Surprise me.
A hand. I'm not kidding you. I found a severed hand.
Luke has gained fame in the galaxy thanks to his action by destroying the Death Star, and he's not a stranger to the spy, who thinks that this hand may have some interest.
It's not the first time I've heard about something like this, and it could be important. In the end, I think there's a chance you could earn those credits I promised to you. Go to Hangar 14. There will be someone waiting for you there. You will recognize him by his silver helmet.
Following directions from the spy, the maintenance worker hands Luke's hand over to someone named Silver Helmet, a bounty hunter who, like the spy, moves solely for his own interest. The spy has reached an agreement with Silver Helmet to take his hand to a medical research facility located on another planet to try to discover if there is anything of interest in that sample. Silver Helmet leaves Bespin trying to avoid the Imperial bureaucracy, but is discovered and pursued by both Cloud Cars and TIE Fighters. He managed to escape and reaches the unknown planet. Since his name is not said in the fanfilm, because we really do not care what his name is. If this is a problem for you, give it whatever name you want. There are medical research facilities on the planet that, while not secret, move a bit on the razor's edge, and they don't like having the Empire poking around either. For this reason, the alien in charge of the facilities is not very happy with the order that Silver Helmet is giving her, but it is seen that she owed some kind of favor to the organization that hired Bespin spy, and is forced to accept the request.
But it's also true that you owe us one.
With the usual test, they do not find anything strange in the sample, so Silver Helmet asks that they try less common protocols.
Extend the search range to all the parameters available in the registries, including those of the Old Republic.
This is how they find that in Luke's hand there is a high level of midichlorians, which, as we know from episode 1, is related to the ability to control the Force, something that I don't like at all, and that, in my opinion, spoiled the mystique that was behind that concept. We will return to this in a moment. Silver Helmet communicates with the spy to inform him of the discovery, but the Imperials intercept the message, with which they have knowledge of what is happening. Beta is not amused that no one plays with force, and although he is not very clear what he could achieve while working on that biological sample, he prefers not to leave loose ends and orders the assault on the medical facilities. And here I return to the subject of midichlorians, which, as I said, I do not like. So I made the spy character say something about it, putting my thoughts in his words.
Sounds like some kind of stupid slang someone made up.
This is obviously a criticism of what, in my opinion, is a George Lucas gaffe. The Imperials arrive on the unknown planet and carry out a ground assault on the facility. They could have carried out an orbital bombardment, as we have seen in other Star Wars productions, but that way they would have destroyed the samples and the collected data. Vader was supposed to want to have them in his possession to see what he had discovered and if perhaps he could profit from it. On the other hand, there is also no bombing because it would not do well for the film since it would end too soon. The facility director sends their droid troops to fight the Imperials, but they are shown to be no match for them. In the end, as we know, the director is killed and our good friend Silver Helmet is riddled with gunfire from the AT-STs and AT-ATs. The Imperials get what they wanted and the movie ends. We don't know what will happen to Bespin's spy and if the maintenance worker will come out of all this well, but maybe we'll see that in the second part of the film. It's a joke. At least I do not plan to do a second part, but if anyone wants, go ahead. If I've done a story set in Star Wars without having the rights, I don't see why someone couldn't do the same with my story. And that's all. It's a story that I don't think will alter canonical events, starting with episode 6, but it does serve to complete the story from Luke's hand. I would like you to tell me in the comments if you have discovered something new after this explanation, if perhaps you had interpreted the story differently, or if everything was more than clear. I can tell you about someone to whom I had to say, "Whose gun do you think it is?" to make him realize who its original owner was. That made me think that maybe it was not so obvious, although I'm not going to say that it is the most convoluted story in the world. It's just that Star Wars story. See you in the next video I upload to the channel, which may be another behind the scenes video, although I don't know how long it will take me to do it because lately I am a bit lazy. If this video has 2000 likes, I'll upload it tomorrow, I promise. See you friends and may the force be with you!